Hey guys, hope you guys are good and well. This is Marvin Germo answering questions that you sent out via social media. So this is a question sent by Christine Santos from Brussels, Belgium. She's been there in Brussels for more than 5 years and she's been investing for 3 years. But her main question is this. She wanted to know why in all the videos that I've sent and created, why don't I talk about spotting the bottom? Why don't I talk about trying to look for or trying to bottom pick and try to figure out where the lowest portion of the stock is? The thing about that is this, I don't try to look for the bottom because it's hard to predict where the bottom is. It's hard for us to see how low a stock will go. It's hard for us to pinpoint when a stock will drop, and that's been my style through the years. I don't try to find where the bottom is. I don't try to find how low a stock will go, but I like using technical analysis. I like finding it from the charts where you can spot reversal opportunity. So please remember this. There's a big difference between the bottom and reversals, because if you're spotting the bottom, it's hard to pinpoint. You don't know when a stock drops if that's the bottom already or can drop even further. That's why it's nice to use technical analysis, which I believe is the best way for you to trade, which I believe is if you're gonna study one school of thought between fundamentals, technical speculation, news, macroeconomics, use technical analysis, because technical analysis helps you and gives you a timing element and allows you to see the charts as it is, and it allows you to trade with conviction. It allows you to not guess and anticipate and not forecast. The problem sometimes with a lot of stock market traders and investors is they try to speculate, they try to guess, they try to guess on where it will go, and I don't forecast, I don't guess, I don't try to anticipate where it will go. But what I do is, from the charts, I try to see where the direction of the market is going, and it's basic. If it's headed down, I don't do anything. If the direction of the market or the stock that I want to watch or want to buy is still in a downtrend, I just stay away, because the stock that's in a downtrend will continue to go down until something shifts, until something changes, until you see any change in the stock. So until I see it in that formation, until I see it still stay in a downtrend, I'll avoid that stock. So let me show you how a downtrend looks like. So this is how a downtrend looks like. Look at this. This is your downtrend. So this is pretty much a very old chart of Bloom. This was when Bloom was progressing in its downtrend. So while Bloom was here, while Bloom was progressing and going down, while Bloom was in this downtrend, my goal was to stay away from Bloom until something shifts, until something changes. My goal was not to look for where the bottom was. My goal was not to come in here, because look, if you try to analyze this from here to here, the stock went down by a large amount already. But even if you look at it from where it was to here, it has dropped quite a big amount already. But from there, it even dropped even lower. So at this point in time, we don't know how low it will go. We don't know where the bottom is. But what I do is I draw trend lines, I follow the trend. And what I know is this: if this trend line is broken, if this trend changes, shifts, it breaks out of this, that becomes my signal, that becomes my trigger, that becomes my technique that I could probably come in, because I know that sellers are done. The buyers have seen the stock to be relatively cheap already, and I start coming in here. You have to understand this: when you use technical analysis, you won't buy at the very bottom, which is this one. You won't buy here, but you're buying somewhere here. So there's a level of conviction still when you're using technical analysis, because you're buying a stock when it has reversed, and when a stock has reversed, it needs to break out several resistances. One resistance is actually this, and then you have the downward resistance here. But at this point in time, you're seeing the stock start to reverse. As you see the stock start to reverse, boom, you see an explosive movement up for Bloom. So that's how amazing following reversals are. That's how amazing looking at technical analysis is, that you don't have to actually anticipate, you don't actually have to forecast what's happening in the markets, but you just have to look at what the trend is telling you. So from a downtrend, I stay away. No matter if it's down already 50%, I'll still stay away from the stock, because I do not want to buy a stock that's in a downtrend. I do not want to position into a stock that's in a downtrend. My goal is to stay away until something changes and shifts in the stock as well. So but when I see the stock start to reverse, when I see the stock turn from bearish to bullish, from a downtrend into an uptrend, and I see it start forming those movements up, I come in. Yep, as what I've mentioned in the video, there's a level of conviction when you buy reversals, because it's not at the lowest point anymore. It's starting to reverse and it's starting to go up. That's why you need to practice it. I suggest you practice in small amounts, because when you practice in small amounts, it gives you a firmer conviction. Hey, this worked for me in the past. If this worked for me in the past, it could possibly work for me again repeatedly. And that's the goal, and that's the technique. You just have to find something that you can use and do repeatedly when you're investing in the stock market. And that's where I think money is made, when you find specific areas where you can be able to buy and sell with conviction. So to answer your questions, I don't buy, or I don't even look for the bottom. I don't try to look for the lowest point in the stock or in the market that I'm trying to analyze. I just try to look for when it starts to reverse. That's when I come in. So if I mentioned peak at the start of the video, I meant bottom. So I don't look at the bottom. I don't search for the bottom because I don't know how low a stock will go. All I know is I come in and the charts tell me sorry to reverse. So I guess that's it. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. Marvin Drumo. See you all again soon.